WildCorePhysio. This is the 45-minute full body class. It's quite an intermediate class today, no focus. Obviously all of these tend to be for the full body, and hope you enjoy. So starting with our feet together, let's turn our toes to 10 past 2 and heels where our toes are, so you've got that nice neutral position. Just thinking about the triangle of your foot, your big toe, little toe and heel, equal weight bearing throughout all 3 points, and no collapsed arches or falling in, because that brings all your weight in. So just keeping the awareness equally throughout those 3 points. Placing your hands onto your hips, let's just rock that pelvis forwards and backwards. So that imaginary marble in your bucket is just rolling forwards and backwards, so you're finding your 2 extremes of your pelvis. Now this is nice to do throughout the day. You can do it in sitting or standing, just to keep that part of our back mobile, especially if we're doing a little bit more sitting than what we normally would be doing. So finding those 2 extremes and find somewhere in the middle for that neutral spine, okay? And then we're just going to do some shrugs to set our shoulder blades, but just remember, keep that chin tucked in, okay? We don't want it creeping forward, we want to lengthen the back of the neck. So let's inhale, shrug up, exhale, shrug those shoulder blades down and together, inhale up, exhale down and together, inhale up, exhale down and together, inhale up, exhale down together. One more before reversing. And then let's reverse it, so pulling it up, exhale, pulling forwards, getting that bend in the middle, and up, exhale forwards, one more. Then let's reverse it again for 2, inhale up, exhale, draw those shoulders down together, one more, and draw those shoulders down and together. So keeping those shoulder blades just drawn down and together, okay, opens up the chest and keep those shoulders nice and low and stops them from creeping up, and keeping that chin tucked in. So, taking our feet a little bit wider than hip distance, we're going to come into our squat to side crunch, okay? So hands are going to place behind your ears or just the back of your head. Try not to grip them or come into the chest. I want to keep those chest open and out, okay? So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, you stick the bottom back as we squat. Inhale, drive your weight through your bottom, and then knee to your elbow, okay? So thinking about the muscles that we're working to get that crunch, we're working down our side to crunch it, okay? So inhale to prepare. Exhale, squat, make sure your knees and over your toes, or they're not coming in, okay? And then inhale, crunch. Exhale, squat. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, squat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep going with your own breath. Thinking about your squat technique as well. Keep that chest open and chest bone up. Let's do 3 more to each side. Really think about when we squat down, push those heels and squeeze that bottom on the way up to get you up. Balance might be a little bit wobbly or challenged because it's our first exercise in the warm-up, but hopefully when we recheck it at the end it should improve. 1 more to each side. 1 more. Good, and relax those legs. So we're going to come into our toy soldier, so bringing our feet hip width apart. Instead of doing our alternate arms, we're just going to hold our arms out at shoulder length and really try and lengthen through them. Don't try and hold them down here. Shoulder height, no higher, no lower. Put shoulder blades down and drawn together. So let's float up high onto our toes. We're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're going to lower that left heel down. Inhale up to centre. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. So as you can see at my trunk, I'm not shifting, okay? You're keeping that control in the middle. You're bending one knee as you lower, then up to 2, and then the opposite, okay? So keeping the control in the trunk. Shoulder blades really drawn together, squeezing them together. Head nice and relaxed, but chin tucked in. So we're starting slow, and we are going to speed it up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Keep that trunk central. Can we speed the legs up now? Alternating those knees nice and fast without getting any sway between our ribs and hips. So we shouldn't be feeling any separation side to side. Can we add little circles into the arms? Test that coordination. It's like patting the head, rubbing the belly. Can we slow the feet back down, but keep the circles going. Can we reverse the circles with our arms? Make sure they haven't dropped or gone high, and pull those shoulders away from your ears. Feel a little burn in your shoulders now. Don't let them drop. And speed the legs up again. Keep the breath nice and controlled, and slow the feet down again. Reverse the circles. Feel a little bit of a burn now into our cuff muscles. Don't let them drop, and make sure you haven't gone sloppy at the middle. Keep that control solid. Can we stop the arms and keep them still, and speed the legs up? For last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, don't lower the arms, 2, and 1. Let them go. Woo, feel a bit warmer, lovely. So step into one side of your mat, and I'm going to step to my left side and lunge to my right side to begin with. We're going to do a side lunge, so we're going to keep our left leg straight and bend into our right leg. Option 1 is just hands onto your waist. Option 2 is we add the arms in, so I'll show you one of each. So we're going to inhale to prepare. Exhale, wide step into that lunge. You can see getting a stretch into the left groin. Knees going over my toes again. I'm not coming in or out, okay? Inhale, back to centre. You've really got to push off on that side. With the arms, exhale, inhale up. So choose whatever level you want to do. It's completely up to you. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lunge. Inhale back. Really wide. Try to be nice and soft on the foot and not just drop your weight when you take it out. So exhale, we lower. Inhale, we return. Use that breath. I'll demonstrate with the arms. Let's do 4 more. 3. We're going to hold the last one there. 2. Holding this next one. Hold, and then just little pushes off that right leg. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the left to meet the right, okay? Reset yourself. You need to just rock your pelvis forwards and backwards. Find your neutral spine, do. And then when we're ready, inhale to prepare. Exhale, side lunge. Inhale back. Exhale. So nice and gentle on the feet. Make sure you push yourself enough to bring yourself back. We are using the arms. So try and go as deep as you can into that lunge to really get that stretch and really use this leg. So we're isolating the muscles on this one leg to work. So if you do have a weaker side, it's just targeting one side a little bit better. So if you do things all the time with both legs, then that's when you can get that muscle imbalance without realising it. 3 more, we're going to hold it there. 2. Last one, hold. Hold, check your position, knees should be over your toes, and then we're going to push. Push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step to centre, give your legs a shape. Lovely, so you might want to turn side on so you've got the full mat to step back. So we're going to do a reverse lunge to balance, okay? So, feet hip width apart, hands can either be on our hips, but I'm going to show you how we can make them a little bit dynamic once we've started. So we're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, right leg lunges back, almost touches the floor. Inhale, up to balance, quite fast. Exhale, step it back. Inhale up, okay? So what you're watching for, when you lunge it back, I'm going to show you side on so you can see my knee position. I'm not going forwards with it, I'm going with my legs stepping back, so my knee is only in line with my legs. It should never be over your toes because then you're loading your knee, okay? And then you're pulling it up. So 2 key points, make sure you step back far enough. If you're too close, you have to go forwards, okay, then you're doing it wrong. And make sure you don't go narrow with it, keep it nice and wide for stability. So when you're ready, inhale to prepare. Staying to the same leg, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale, you might want to finger against the wall if your balance needs it, okay? And then to add the arms in, opposite hand, so it's like a race to start. Opposite hand to knee, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Three more, then we're going to hold it. Two. Last one and hold. Make sure that knee hasn't creeped forward and pulse. Tiny movements. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step in and shake your legs off. Shake your legs off even. Right, going straight to the opposite side, either hands onto your hips or go straight in to your dynamic arms. Inhale to prepare. Exhale back. Inhale in. Exhale back. Inhale in. Use that breath. Focus on a point forward. Try not to look down at the floor because that's where you'll end up, okay? So gaze forward. Something still. Three more, and we're going to hold it. So really working this right glute. Make sure this knee doesn't come in. We're keeping it central over our middle toe always. Holding that next one. And pulse. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stepping in. Lovely. So we're going to come to our full body roll down. I'm going to show you the sequence that we're doing today. So the key one for this sequence is having your feet a little bit wider than hip distance, because we're going to come into our side plank and it's all in our foot movement, okay? So feet hip width apart, just a bit wider. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, you drop your chin round your shoulders. Work through your upper back, lower back, through to your legs. Inhale, you're going to hold here. As you exhale, you're going to walk it out. Inhale to hold your plank. Now as you exhale, you press. So if you need to drop your knees, just let you do it how I did it. So you go from a lovely plank, drop the knees, exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale, you rotate. So see how my feet, my whole inside and my outside foot touching. If you balance on your toes, it's hard, so that's why it's really key just to roll your feet. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist back. Inhale, hold your plank. Exhale, press again. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist to your opposite side. Inhale, hold. And really try and push this hip away from the mat. Exhale, twist back to your plank. Inhale, hold. And then you come back. Just make sure with your press up, it's better to drop to your knees and do a good quality press up than dropping your head and coming down like this and not moving. You're better keeping that chin tucked, neck lengthen, and not leading with your head, you're leading with your chest, okay? So my head's in a neutral position. So do whatever level you feel you're at, but don't push yourself to do a full press up unless you do them quite a lot and you know they're good. So let's all go together. Feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your chin round your shoulders. Round your upper back, lower back, through to your legs. Inhale, hold. Exhale, walk it out into your plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist. Inhale, hold your side plank. Exhale, back to plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale, side plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back to normal plank. Inhale, hold, make sure you're not dipping low. Chin nice and lengthen. And then walk it back with the next exhale, hands to feet. Inhale, dangle side to side. And then as you exhale, reset your spine. So bottom, lower back, mid back, shoulders and head. So we're going to do 3 more. I'll talk the next one out with you. Big inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop the chin round the shoulders. Inhale, dangle at the bottom. Exhale, walk it out. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back. Inhale, hold. Exhale, press. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist side plank to this side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, hold a lovely strong plank. And then as you exhale, hands to your feet. Inhale, dangle. as you exhale, peel it back up. Slowly, neck and shoulders left. 2 more, and I won't talk all the way through them, but I will be doing it if you do need to watch a demonstration. Off you go with your own breath. One more, then we're going to stay down there. So once you've done your side plank into your last full plank, just drop your knees and come into child's pose, okay? So really enjoy this last sequence. Dropping those knees, pushing back, and we'll meet in child's pose. No rush if you're not there yet. We'll take a few breaths here. I'll grab some water. Good, so we should all be here now. So we're going to come to our cat-cow, so we're going to our tabletop. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to inhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Exhale, stick everything out. Inhale, tuck in. Exhale, stick everything out. Keep going with your own breath. Really enjoy this mobility stretch all the way through the spine. And remember, this is a lovely one to do on a day-to-day basis. And if you've got any variations, maybe rolling around, you can add that in. Feel it wherever you can. Let's do 2 more. One more. Lovely. Now we're going to come into same start position, but we want a nice flat back. Okay, so your true extremes, your pelvis, and we want to find our neutral spine. We're then going to come into our leg pulling prone where we raise off slightly. So, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Curl your toes under, okay, you do a cat-cow and you find that neutral spine, so imagine you've got your tray of drinks on your waist, on your back, sorry, tummy muscles nice and tight. Chin drawn up so you're not dangled through your arms, okay, so you lengthen neck. You're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, you hover the knees slightly off the mat, inhale, hold, you exhale, lower. So if you weren't watching properly, you'd probably miss that the lifting, that's that small, okay? So it's a finger distance or half a centimetre, knees lift off the mat without changing any of your pelvis position, okay? And then slowly lowering. So getting into your position, check your chin, curl your toes under, soften your elbows, find your neutral spine, inhale to prepare, exhale, lift, inhale, hold, exhale, lower, so no movement at all. Gaze should be in between your hands. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Keep going with your own breath. And if you need to keep resetting your cat-cow, that's absolutely fine to find the neutral spine. We need to be doing this in the neutral back, not arching our back. It's a tiny movement off the mat. Let's do 2 more. Then I'm going to add a variation in if you want it. If at any point you need a rest with your wrist, because it is very dominant on your wrist, just push back to child's pose, hold your hands and just wiggle them side to side, forwards and backwards. So if that exercise is new to you and you're happy to continue just doing that, to really master it, because in a lot of my classes I do add on to that. If you've been doing my class for a while, I'm going to show you different variations that you can add on, but only work to whatever you want to work to, okay? So same starting position, inhale to prepare, exhale we hover, inhale we march one leg, exhale the opposite, inhale the other, exhale the opposite, inhale, lower. And then you go straight into it. You don't get that inhale rest before you go again. So it's a little bit faster flowing. So carry on if you're already doing the one I showed you previously. But if you're wanting to add the march in, start with me now. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, opposite tap. Inhale, other. Exhale, the other. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and hover. Inhale, tap. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale. And lower. Keep going with your own breath. So it is hard on the wrist. We're getting some really nice wrist stability, shoulder stability, and some weight down. Also really challenging the core by lifting off those knees, which is your main stability. Let's do 2 more. Okay, so either 2 more sequences or 2 more up and down. And then just push back to child's pose and we'll meet there. Give those wrists a rest. We've got 1 more exercise in this position before we come on to our tummies. Good, so moving on to the next exercise. So we're going to come into our swimming, modified swimming, but we're just going to do the arms. So I've got 3 options to show you. Again, it's up to you which one you want to do. So option 1, setting up ourselves on neutral tabletop. So make sure we've got a nice flat back, chin tucked in, tummy muscles nice and tight. Inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, up, one arm goes up, inhale, lower. Exhale, the opposite arm goes up, inhale, lower. As you can see, no movement at my trunk at all, I'm not swaying. It's all about in the control as you change over those arms. It's hard, it's easy just doing this, but I'm not doing anything there, okay? So it's much harder to slowly control the movement and the change over. Option 2, if you've got a Pilates ball or your bottle of water, or all kind of means anything, one hand goes on the bottle so it's wobbly, so you take one of your basic supports out. So you inhale to prepare, exhale, extend one arm, inhale down, exhale. So you just do a few on that side before changing over so you're not changing the bottle. Heavy on the wrist, but really good to challenge that core. Last variation you can do is what we leg pull like we just did, but we do our arms. So you're going to hold your hover, you're going to inhale to prepare, exhale you lift one arm, inhale lower, exhale the opposite arm, inhale lower, exhale, inhale. So you can see it's really challenging, you're lifting off your knees and making sure you're not getting shifting. If you need to just do a couple, then come back down and go back into your hover do. So choose whatever level you want to work at. And when you're ready, we all go together. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift one arm. Inhale, lower. Exhale, we raise the arm. So we're either doing alternates, but if you're on a water bottle or ball, just doing the same arm for now and switching after a few reps. Making sure we get no shift at that trunk. Our chin's not dropped, okay? We're not dangling here. We'll lengthen through that neck. Change over if you are on the ball or water bottle. So you change into the opposite side. Let's do 4 more. 2 to each side. If you're hovering, I'll show you how we're doing that now. Keep that control. Use that breath. Last one. And then just drop your knees, push back to child's pose and wiggle those wrists. So we're going to come onto our tummy and come to our breaststroke exercise. It's quite a tricky exercise, but it's really, really good for posture and upper back, okay, for strengthening here. Now it's called breaststroke, it's like literally doing breaststroke in a pool. So think of that when you're thinking of your breathing and how you breathe in the pool. So you don't need anything for your forehead because your head isn't going down apart from now when you're resting. So tailbone, obviously in this position when you lie on your tummy, you go into a little bit of a tilt forwards. So if you just watch my bottom, I'm going to tuck my pelvis under, so I'm tucking my tailbone under, which means that my belly button's a little bit lighter on the mat. So I should be able to get my hands in, whereas if I just relax, my hands won't go in because I'm tilted. So keep that neutral spine there, so you're engaging those core muscles, hands either side of your chest. So we're going to inhale to prepare. As we exhale, you shoot your arms forward, okay? Inhale, you pull yourself up as if you're coming out of the pool, so you take that breath in, so that's on the inhale. Exhale forwards. Inhale up. Exhale forwards. Inhale up. So you want to imagine, keep going, I'm pulling you by your top in between your shoulder blades. That's where the movement's coming from, okay? Try not to cling onto your bottom or lift your feet off the floor. They should be nice and relaxed. Keep that tailbone tucked so you're in neutral. So keep going with your own breath. I am demonstrating if you want to see or you're not sure. It is a really tricky exercise, but really good. So thinking with the breath, you take the inhale as you come out of the water, and then you blow that water air out when you're in the water. Let's do 5 more. Keep that chin tucked so you've got that imaginary peak, so you lengthen that neck and it's not hurting looking forwards. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And forwards and relax. Lovely. So rolling onto our sides, we're going to come to our thoracic openers on this side, okay? So knees bent in line with your hips. Imagine you've got that piece of paper in between your knees and you can't let go, so you don't want your hips to separate because that means they're rolling backwards. So keeping that nice and tight there, or your ball, or your bottle of water you can squeeze. Just keep those hips forward so it separates our upper back and lower back. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, your backstroke those arms all the way around. Just into your T, and then we're not holding for the inhale today, we're reaching up, inhale, bring it over to the ceiling. Exhale, we scoop. Inhale, we reach up and over. Exhale, we scoop. Inhale, reach up and over. So think about driving these muscles from your waist and bringing that arm back over. So keep going with your own breath. Keep those knees tight. 1 more before we reverse it. And now let's reverse. So we inhale to prepare, exhale over to the ceiling, inhale, return. Exhale over. Inhale, return. 2 more, then we're going to come to some glute work. Last one, really enjoy the stretch. Lovely, so we're going to come to our glute work. Stay on this side, just lengthen that bottom arm. Okay, we're going to come to side kick. So you're going to keep your bottom leg bent and top leg's going to straighten. You're going to pull that top hip away so you create a little bit of space underneath your waist so you're not slumped and you're in a nice neutral alignment, okay? Arm can either be on your hip or on the floor. If it is on your hip, just make sure that shoulder doesn't creep up to your ear and it's pulled down and away from that ear. We're going to float the leg forwards and up so you're in that nice hip distance. We're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you flex your foot, drive your heel. Exhale, take it all the way back. Inhale, point your toe, float it forwards. Exhale, drive your heel back. Inhale, forwards. So it's really key to imagine your tray of drinks is on this part of your leg, okay? So you don't want to be lifting it up and you don't want to be dropping it down. It wants to be nice and level, nice and slow. And make sure when you're taking it back, you're not arching your back because that's not doing anything when you're pushing out. So you're going to hinder on your lower back and your ribs flare. So you keep that tailbone tucked so you can't take it as far, okay, because then your back's not coming into place, just your hip. And keep the ribs and your hips connected. Just make sure we don't flare those ribs, and we're using our trunk for stability, and we're using our muscle here on top of our bottom, or side of our bottom, to do the exercise. So really good exercise for running or walking. It's called side kick, so it mimics walking, okay? So you heel strike as you push off. Inhale, you float the leg forward. Do 4 more. Make sure you don't arch that back, keep it nice and controlled. It will get to a point where you can't take it unless you do arch your back, and that's not what we want to do. Last 2. Last 1. Good, keeping it up, we're bringing it forwards. Just straighten out your underneath leg slightly so it's not in the way. Now we're just going to get some hip rotation. So you'd inhale, tap your toe down. Exhale, scoop up, and then tap your heel down. Inhale. Exhale. So we're getting some little rotation movement in the hip, and it's a burner, trust me. Make sure you haven't dropped at the waist. Keep their shoulders away from the ears and make sure we're not fixing through either of our hands. For 6 more. 5 more. So think about rotating at the hip. You're not just moving your foot, the foot stays still. All the movement's coming from the hip. 4 more. Ooh, feel that burn. 3 more. 2 more. Ooh. Last one. Ooh, and then drop it down with that mathematical rub. Lovely. Rolling onto our backs into a high sitting position. So like we did earlier, we did our leg pulling prone. We're going to do it in supine where we're facing up, so we lift our bottom up. So find a comfortable position for your hands. If you can have them hands facing your bottom, if you want them slightly out, that's fine as well. So feet hip width apart. We're not slumped. We're drawing the shoulder blades down and together so our chest bone is facing the ceiling, okay? So we're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you squeeze that bottom lift up. Inhale, we lower. So keep that neck in neutral. Keep your imaginary peach there. Don't take it into extension because you can hurt your neck, okay? Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower. Keep going with your own breath. If you need a rest at any point, do just grab your wrists, and like we did earlier, shake them side to side. There's lots of wrist work today, but it's really important to keep our wrists nice and strong. We don't really rarely strengthen our wrists or our hands, okay? Let's do 5 more, then I'm going to add a different different extra exercise into it as well to make it a sequence. We're going to target some of our triceps and our muscles at the back of our arms in a minute. Keep those shoulders back, chest forward, squeeze that bottom up. 3 more. 1 more. And lower. So just whilst I'm demonstrating, do just give your wrists a bit of a wiggle to have a relax, or hold them opposite positions so you're stretching out the reverse of what we're doing. So hands facing your bottom, you're going to inhale to prepare, exhale, lift up, inhale, you're going to lower with your elbows for 1, 2, 3, exhale, push your elbows straight, then inhale, lower back down. So it's more arm work, and like I said, really targeting the backs of our arms to give us some nice definition. So let's all go together. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze it up with your bottom. Keep your bottoms tight. Inhale, lower. 1, 2, 3, bending those elbows. Exhale, squeeze it up. Inhale, lower the bottom. Exhale, squeeze your bottom up. Inhale, lower. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, squeeze your elbows straight. Inhale, lower the bottom. Keep going with your own breath. It's a hard exercise. Three more. Feel the burn in those arms. 2 more. So really try bending those elbows. That's what's doing the movement as you lower, not your hips. 1 more. And lower your bottom to give those wrists a wiggle. Ooh, lovely. Right. Rolling onto your other side, so spin yourself around. We're going to come to our thoracic opens on this side, followed by our glute work. So, arms out in front, knees tight together, knees in line with your hips, okay? Inhale to prepare, exhale, backstroke that arm all the way around into a T. Get into your T and then inhale, drive it up and over. Use those muscles, use the squeeze if you need to bring it over. Exhale, we go. Inhale, we pull it back. Exhale, we go. Inhale, we pull it back. 1 more before we reverse it. And just reverse. So exhale over to the ceiling. Get it to the floor, then inhale. Front pull those fingers round. Try and keep them on the floor as best you can. Two more. Last one. Lovely. So we're going to come to the glutes now on this side. So exactly the same as what we did on the opposite side. Extend that bottom arm. Bend your bottom leg, straighten the top leg, lengthen that top hip up away to create that space underneath your, between your waist and your mat, okay? Hand either in front or on your hip. Make sure your tailbone's tucked and your ribs are soft, so engaging these muscles and floating the legs forwards and to hip height. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, flex the foot, drive it back. Inhale, float it forward. Exhale, back. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. Make sure we don't arch that back. Even place your hand on your lower back, as you can tell when you've arched it. You'll see the ribs creeping forwards as well. So your tray of drinks is on the lower part of your leg. Relaxing both your hands and your shoulders. Heels strike as we drive it back. Inhale, float it forward. Let's do 8 more, and we're going to come to those awful rotation hip movement. Awful but great. 5 more. So we're really working this muscle on the outside of our thigh or bottom muscle, which really helps. So the stronger your glutes are, the better for everything, especially for running or any hip type of workouts. 2 more. Last one. Float it back. So just push that opposite leg, the bottom leg out the way a little bit by straightening a little bit. Inhale, tap your toe, but remember we're not just moving our foot, it's coming from the hip. So inhale, tap your toe, exaggerate it up, exhale, lower the heel. Inhale. Exhale. Ooh, feel the burn already. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 6 more. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more. 3. Make sure you're coming from that hip. Don't cheat and use that ankle. 2 more. Last one. Woo, and then bend and give yourself a little rub. Lovely. So we're going to roll onto our tummies, okay? And we're going to come to what we call our frog pose. So, having your hands on top of each other, I'm just going to rest your forehead down so you can see how neutral my neck is. I'm not reaching for my mouth. If you've got your hands on top of each other and your forehead on, there should be enough space for your face, including glasses, okay? Because your chin's tucked and you're in a nice neutral position. You're going to open your knees a little bit wide, wider than normal, and you're going to keep your heels together, okay? So you're going to inhale to prepare. Make sure that tailbone's tucked and we're not arching that back. Then as you exhale, you're going to squeeze your heels, lift your thighs off the floor. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now the key is to try not to use your upper body. You'll want to kind of go into this position. And try not to be on any, don't be raised at all. Be really flat. If your arms were there, you're flat. Otherwise you can hurt your lower back through a little bit of extension. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze those heels together, lift off. Inhale, lower. So it might only be a tiny bit off your thigh off the floor, but make sure you're squeezing those heels so really engage these bottom muscles to lift the lower legs up. So use that breath. Let's do 6 more. Four more. 3 more. 2 more. Can we hold our last one up? Let's have a little challenge. So lifting up and hold. Squeeze that bottom. Squeeze the heels. And can we pulse it to the ceiling? Pulse. 10, 9. Let's finish these glutes off. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower and relax those legs. Lovely. So rolling onto our backs, we're just going to come into our cool down. Feet and knees are going to be together, okay, have them, imagine they're stuck together. Arms quite wide for stability. We're going to windmill our legs side to side to get some nice rotation into our spine. So our ribs want to stay on the mat as we take our hips off. So we inhale to prepare, exhale, lower to the left, inhale, hold, exhale, drive it back. So think about these muscles down your side to pull those legs back. Inhale to prepare, exhale to your right, inhale, hold, feel that stretch, that twist between your ribs and open at the low back. Inhale, exhale, bring it back. So exhale as we move, inhale to hold or prepare. We'll speed it up in a minute once the body knows what exercise we're doing, what we're wanting it to do. And by holding it for that inhale, just intensifying that stretch a little bit. So now we can speed it up. So we inhale to prepare, exhale, lower, all the way down, inhale, back to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, opposite. Keep going with your breath. Let's do one more to each side. Good, and then just let those knees in and rock forward and backwards, side to side, massage that lower back. And when you're ready, just roll up into a seated position. We're going to come into our modified crab pose, okay? So, hand facing out. We're going to have your right hand down first and we're reaching up and over to get some nice rotation of it back. So we inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift those hips up, squeeze the bottom, and try and reach that left hand round to that right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up and over. Inhale, lower. One more on this side. Inhale, lower. Changing the sides. Exhale, lift. Twist round, push yourself to that hand. Inhale, lower. Two more with your own breath. Last one. And back down. Lovely. Pushing yourself up into standing, we're just going to do our last peel up, okay? Just rolling yourself onto your feet, letting yourself dangle, maybe even holding onto your elbows, dangle side to side, make yourself heavy, letting the hands go, and then when you inhale, to prepare as you exhale, restack that spine one last time. So tailbone, low back, mid back, shoulders roll up, and then neck, okay? So we're finished with the balance as usual. I'm going to show you side on for this one. So feet are going to be together. You're going to tuck that tailbone under, make sure we're not sticking our bottom out. Tuck that tailbone under, imagine you're lengthening like a balloon through your middle. Now hands are going to be placed on the top half of your bottom. Shoulders are back and opening up that chest, remember the chest to the ceiling. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, you're going to float up onto those toes. Inhale, hold. So as you exhale, keep that tailbone tucked, but let's just take yourself forwards as far as you can control. Inhale back. Now make sure that tailbone's tucked and you're not arching that back, because this is where it hurts. Keeping that tucked as we exhale, we extend. Inhale back. One more each side. Feel your stability. Should have improved once we switched everything on throughout the class. Exhale, extend. One more time. Inhale back to centre. Go as high as you can with those toes. Let those arms go. And then slowly lower down. Let's finish with our shrugs, so feet hip width apart. Big inhale, let everything go. Second one, big inhale, down the shoulders, let everything go. Wiggle through the spine, and one last one to finish. Big inhale, let everything go. Lovely, well done. Hope you've enjoyed the class, and I shall see you for more classes next week. Thank you.